everyone, welcome to another video for assignmentswithstamp.com. Today I'm going to be using supplies from the September card kit, and it has kind of a school theme, and one of the cool little embellishments in the kit is this little tiny chalkboard. I'm going to show you something you can do with it. First, you're going to take the label off the back so that it's nice and clean. And I'm going to use this as the sentiment area on my card. So I'm going to cut off the little strings at the very top. Alright, and I'm going to have it say, "Thank you, teacher." And in order to put the words on there, I'm going to be using my white gel pen, but I want to make sure all the words are in the correct space where I want them. So I'm going to just use a pencil and lightly draw in how the words are going to be and where they're going to be on the chalkboard. Alright, so when you're using this white gel pen, you're going to have to draw really, really slowly because the surface of the chalkboard is rather rough. And so you want to make sure that as you draw on your letters that it still stays really clear. See, I'm having trouble getting it started, so I'm just going to draw on my fingertip a little bit to get it going. And then it should go on fairly easy. For a little bit. I've noticed you have to keep redoing that every once in a while. Alright, so now it says "Thank you, teacher." I'm just going to do 2 lines down at the bottom. I'm going to turn it this direction because it'll be a little bit easier this way. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside. It's going to take a little bit of time to dry because that white ink is really, really wet. So I'm going to set this aside up here and we're going to work on the rest of the card. I have a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch cardstock. This is included in the kit. I've also cut some white cardstock to be 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. I'm not going to adhere this to the card front quite yet because I'm going to do some paper piecing with these little squares of pattern paper. These squares are 1 3/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch each, and 4 of them are going to be the main squares we're working with, and then these 2 we're going to cut in half. So I'm going to just take my scissors and I'm going to cut corner to corner, and I'm going to use each side of the pattern paper. So I'm going to cut these as well, or cut this one. Alright, so now I'm going to get these kind of situated. Alright, so now I have these kind of paired up with how they're going to be adhered. So I'm going to take my adhesive and I'm just going to adhere them down onto those squares. Alright, now that the pattern paper is adhered, I'm going to go ahead and start adhering them to this white pattern paper. And I want to make sure that all of the diagonal lines going into the center are like they're coming in from each outside corner, kind of like a quilt block. Alright, so there's that right there. Now we're going to take the sentiment. We are eventually going to put that right in the center. But before I do that, I'm going to take the twine that comes in the kit. You get 2 yards of twine, and so you get a lot of twine. So I'm going to take advantage of all that. And I'm going to wrap it around a few times. And then I'm going to tie it in a bow above halfway. I'm going to place this on here just so I can see. Yeah, it needs to be kind of near the top. Alright, I'm going to adhere this with some Tombow Mono multi-glue. I'm just going to go around the outside edges and then just kind of crisscross in the middle. And I want to make sure wherever I place this that it's exactly where I want it, because I'm going to hold that down because it's got that twine underneath, so I want to make sure that it's not going to make this lift up later. I've lifted it up so I can press down on it with my fingertips. Alright, it looks pretty adhered. I'm going to take some foam dimensional adhesive. The good thing about this card in particular is that since it's for a teacher, it will most likely be hand delivered, which means you don't have to worry about keeping the card super flat for mailing. Alright, and then to the center of the card. Alright, so there's the card for today. Hope this gave you guys an idea for something you can create with that little chalkboard piece that comes in the September Simon Says Stamp card kit. And hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.